For DC United, well, of course, Christian Benteke up front. They go with the same lineup they had against Chicago, except Matty Peltola comes in for the injured Christopher McVeigh.
Yeah, we'll see that familiar lineup with Joaquin Sosa taking up that left-hand wing-back position. We'll see if he can improve on that performance from Saturday. For the next game.
And his injury list is a mile long to begin with. Raheem Edwards is actually off that list. As Vilcent, opportunity, top of the box, fighting area, Lassiter, and Lassiter puts it between the legs of Alex Bono. And in the 6th minute, Montreal takes the lead 1-0. What are you saying? At some point, you got to take the machine in for an oil change and a tune-up?
That's it, 100%.
Vilcent keeps it on the ground. This is Sosa. Lassiter on the far side of the box. Sosa cuts back to his right foot, and a sliding challenge by Birnbaum knocks it away, and it's only a corner. He just fascinates because, again, he has the physique of, one of those third down running backs that you bring up.
I think it's Herrera and Dome that are going to be important for this side, and one of the best in the league in providing accurate crosses into the box, again, because you've got a player like Christian Benteke inside, but this is a team that if you can get that service.
Oh, and there it is. Benteke trying to put it up and over. Sirois goes into the net, and it is a goal. Sirois trying to argue that Gabriel Corbo was down on the ground. Play was not whistled dead. Sirois had to try and jump over Corbo to get to Benteke. And this is not off his head, but he touches it up and over the Montreal keeper, and we're level at 1.
Well, Benteke took advantage of the situation, absolutely, and you're right. There's Jonathan Sirois, Joel Waterman are under, almost to a certain extent, where they all kind of stopped when they saw Gabriel Corbo go down. The ball's headed back in here. Christian Benteke doesn't stop. Fabulous little touch over the head of Jonathan Sirois.
Now Rowan pursues his own pass. Now he'll drive this across. Sunisi Ibrahim rises to the occasion and puts Montreal back in front 2-1.
We just got finished talking about how successful DC are in those positions and providing accurate crosses. Well, Montreal is somewhat lacking in that stat this season, but Rouen does the right thing here. And does he ever pick out Sanusi Ibrahim? And it makes it essentially a fairly easy routine header, although he's got to come backwards and just get a solid head to it because he's so close to goal. You can see Christian Dahomey just along the ground there looking for anything that's going to come underneath the wall, because you can expect that Alex Bono wants that wall to jump.
So Peltola picks up the yellow. He is not a player in danger of missing. Now touchback. Schwanier! The set piece works for Montreal. And just like that, it is now 3-1. Matthew Schwanier. He buries it. He gets his 2nd of the season.
Well, I mentioned it's in a prime location, and as I also said, the wall was most likely going to jump. Well, it does that just off a little bit of a fake from aerial. He's got to get himself involved a little more. Attack, provide service.
Touched ahead. This is Stroud. Sitters. There's Benteke. Save is made by Sirois. I beg your pardon. That was actually Christian Dahomey. Across, and that is Christian Benteke. He buries it into the roof. He has his 2nd of the night, 13th of the season, and we're back to within a goal margin. It is 3-2 Montreal over DC United.
It looked like Jonathan Sirois got a piece of it. Corbo in the end was, of course, talked about how Stroud can get himself involved in games offensively. assist-wise. Well, there's a...
Now Rowan down the right-hand side. He'll work on Peltola. And again, Rowan into Peltola. Peltola already on a yellow card. Chouanière wondering why not another.
So giving yellow cards as a player, you've got to recognize that. You can't put yourself in those vulnerable positions. And right there, Peltola knows he's probably going to get beat. So and at that moment, you just kind of have to let Rowan get the step on you and hope that you have...
So Matti Peltola does pick up his second yellow card in stoppage time of the first half, and DC United will have to go the second 45 down a man.
Yeah, and that's a tough one to take if you're a DC United fan. And Peltola, of course, opt to bring in Yankov for Samuel Piet and give up that defensive presence for more offense being up a man.
Now Rowan gets it from Lassiter, almost an own goal, and then Ibrahim can't turn it on frame. He puts it wide of the mark. All the way across for Rowan, alone on the edge of the area. Delme comes out on him. Now Lassiter turns, drives it across, right in front, and it's banged home. Sanusi Ibrahim gets his second of the night, and Montreal has doubled the advantage. It's 4-2.
If you're the DC defense, you've got to be aware. There's obviously going to be a number of players coming at you. Try and create a turnover in an opportunistic area. And of course, as we mentioned, anytime you get into their Montreal half, can you provide service?
Now getting ahead of it. There's the opportunity for Yankov, and he puts it right at Alex Bono.
There. Yeah. Decent opportunity here in a decent spot. You got to expect Benteke is going to be the one they're going to be looking for. Sorry, Benteke's out.
There instead, Click goes direct for goal, and Sirois pulls it down. Now Cordoba. Piet. Oh. Edwards wanting to be slipped through. Saliba's there, and Nathan Saliba, he'll take a shot at deflection, and it's just wide. Piet, as we are coming to the close of the 5 minutes of added time, and there is the full-time whistle from Ismail Alfat, and the fans at Stade Saputo celebrate a 4-2.